and welcome to our next RWBY commentary.
Hello!
Rejoining me today are Lucas and Katrina.
Hello.
Yay!
And newcomer is Katrina's friend, Kerah.
Hi, that's me. I'm Kerah.
Finally have someone else on these commentaries with us, instead of just having it be a three-person show. So before we get into the show today, since you're new here, how did you get into RWBY?
My brother started watching it in middle school, I want to say. He was really young. He was into it for a while. I had a lot of issues with the animation in Volume.
You sound like Katrina.
He put on the first episode. I got very nauseous and couldn't watch it. And then he was all the way up to Volume 5. I walked in and kind of started watching then onward.
That's about the same time I joined. Was like right before Volume 5 came out, I started it. But at no point did I ever catch up. I was always just behind. I didn't catch up until Volume 9 now. I got to watch Volume 9 live. So some of those plays definitely sound like Katrina. I swear, every episode is like, I don't like how that's animated. Oh, there's the shadow people. And I was like, look, trust me, it gets better.
It gets
just
better.
The next volume.
The new engine makes everything.
Oh yeah, Volume 4 does
so
a different
better.
animation studio forward, but
And
volume 2 is a step up from Volume 1.
And Volume 4 is my favorite.
I think my favorite volume is definitely 2, but
2 is really good.
2 is the most iconic to me. So before we start the volume, who's like your favorite character of the show? Unless you can't say who it is.
Okay, so my favorite in general is Nora. My favorite out of the main 4 is Weiss. A few characters that she hasn't met yet, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, but
You share good.
you kind of sound like Luke. His favorite character is Nora as well. Mine,
Nice.
out of the main team, my favorite's probably Yang or Blake. If we're talking general, my favorite's probably Penny.
I love Yang so much too.
Yang's great. I think I liked Blake first, and like she was the first one that started like growing on me. But then when I met Penny, I was like, that's my favorite character. There's some other
Penny's
good
great.
characters, but Penny's
I love
great.
Penny.
Out of the 4 so far, Blake is my favorite, and
We are of the same mind.
and in general, Jean is
Yeah.
John's a good one.
I love when people don't hate on John. I'm so happy.
We made jokes all the time, all of last volume where it's like Pierce trying to help the John. We can train on the roof, and I always put the comments like, if a girl that hot asks you to like train with her, you say yes.
We don't talk about Pira Nikos.
Why? What's wrong with Kerah?
Nothing's wrong with her, and that's the point.
She's too perfect.
She's too perfect.
All right. Well, with those short introductions out of the way, I say why don't we start with RWBY Volume 2? Actually, before we do, I know we talked about it in our actual commentary, but just to do a quick summary. What did you think of RWBY Volume 1 so far? You watched the trailers in Volume 1. What did you think of it?
I think it was a very good start. It was a very slow build, which if I weren't watching with other people, I feel like that's something that I would have a hard time with.
You mentioned you hate slow builds and all that, and you hate so many different stories going at once. That's why I said you wouldn't like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't like non-linear plot lines.
You'd hate Witcher 2. Witcher Season 1 is like two separate stories, like 15 years apart, and like you're not told immediately that it's like separate times.
Yeah. That's pretty irritating.
You hate world building.
No, that's the best.
I know, it's the best.
I like world building when it makes sense.
We won't do it today, but our next Volume 2 recording, we'll watch some World of Remnants as well, so we can so we can do some backstory stuff, because Volume 1 kind of like just threw stuff at you. And like Volume 1 wasn't as much of a major volume. It just it set the groundwork for what the rest of the show will be. So it didn't give you a bunch of major things. It kind of just set the precedent for what the rest of the series is going to be for the most part.
Yeah.
So that being said, why don't we start taking that next step into RWBY Volume 2? So we'll say this every commentary. Yes, with RWBY we could do reactions, but 1, we don't have a camera in the studio, and 2, we think this is better because someone could just sync this up while watching the show itself and not have to look at our ugly mugs. So normally we'd say, with copyright we couldn't show the rest of it. With RWBY we can, but we're not going to risk it. And this is just more consistent with everything else that we do. So we have RWBY Volume 2, Episode 1 pulled up. And we're the very first frame, the very first black frames for those who want to sync up. We're going to be press and play in 3, 2, 1, play. can't tell how loud it is. I'm trying to see if I have the volume right.
Newly reopened.
Try to get this like center so like everyone can hear it. Also interested to my like favorite like more like villain side characters.
I have thoughts and feelings about these two.
Mercury's like so snarky with Emerald, and I love it. They have a great dynamic.
I'm gonna try my hardest not to simp. I'm gonna be fine.
For Mercury or Emerald?
Both.
Oh, so Emerald is a little difficult for me.
They're like my number 3 ship.
Look at that. All the background characters have color.
Yeah, no more shadow people, Katrina. You can stop complaining.
There's even cars.
That's great.
I think it's great that we don't open this volume with our main characters. Like, it opens with this just little couple side characters you see at the very end of volume 1.
So are those supposed to be illusionary light posts?
Oh, no. I don't remember who these two are supposed to be based off of. I'll look it up after we have the episode done.
I know who every single person in the show is based off of.
I always forgot that Blake was supposed to be Belle from Beauty and the Beast because I always look at it as the cat part, not necessarily her name, Blake Belladonna.
Mm-hmm.
We had a whole conversation about that. I just never remember who Blake is supposed to be based off of. Mercury's like such a kid sometimes, and I love it. I love like the threatening buildup of them threatening Tucson. It just slowly gets there. Tux is also voiced by Adam Ellis, who also voiced Cardin in the last volume. Katrina.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Never realized his name was spelled with an O. I thought it was an E. If the answer is
What a
yes, it's
man.
build up. He's a faunus too. I believe he's supposed to be a tiger faunus. I could be wrong. I forget what he's supposed to be.
I always thought he was a Wolverine.
I thought it was too on the nose to be Wolverine with the sideburns and all that, but then I realized maybe it was.
And they're already in their next semester.
I love there's like a bit more shading to the cafeteria as well. Like it's a bit more like lighting work.
I remember what's about to happen. I forgot most of this whole entire season.
It's my favorite season just because it took what Volume had one and
I
rolled.
like how she just excludes Weiss. She
Yeah.
says sisters, friends, Weiss.
Weiss.
Ice Queen.
The love of my life.
I love Volume 2 so much because it took what Volume 1 started with and just rolled with it so hard. It's great.
Mm-hmm. With a yank.
Karen and I both.
I love that.
Karen and I both said it. I started mouthing the line.
Oh, I remember when Yang was funny.
I remember when she was funny.
Well, she could have said she first started off with a wang.
No. I believe this is also, we're already at the start of another semester, Katrina. There's a massive time skip between volumes 1 and 2. I love how pale Wise is. You can barely tell
And
there's
she
still like a
points
whip
at
pie on her
Ren.
face.
Oh my God, he's here.
Oh, somebody likes the blue hair boy.
Somebody like Sun Wukong.
I love Michael, his son. He does such a great job.
He's so good.
And this character with the blue hair, Katrina, I won't say his name yet. One of the creators of the show voices him as well, Kerah Shawcross.
I forgot about that.
Almost. Sean throwing against them too. I think it's
Sean
great. I think it's
got
great
heated.
that Risty does so much work from within the company, like, in terms of voices as well. So even like people who work on the show voice characters, like Monty voices
And they slide right in.
Ren for these first 2 volumes.
Uh-huh. And then
Son's face just constant smile. I'm queen of the castle. I'm queen of the castle. I love that. Nora has so many like iconic ones. Squirts out like this. Like, to me, this is the most pointless scene in the show.
but it's so
It's one of the
good.
best. It's one of the best.
Yes.
Why are there so
man, I
many
love
watermelons?
She's into turkey and the gauntlets.
Blake with the double baguettes.
It's great. I love they pick foods that kind of match their weapons, but also don't.
Oh, get it, Pura.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Sorry, we messed with the volume a little bit.
Ketchup.
I didn't mean to mute it.
Oh, the ketchup slip and slide.
My woman, look at her go.
Melon hammer.
I feel like Nora's consistently one of the best.
oh,
And she got-
swordfish.
Just ever.
And that's actually the dangerous food.
Yeah, getting hit with the watermelon ain't gonna be fun times.
We're getting stabbed with the swordfish.
And the fangirls were never the same.
That is where it started. One of the places it started.
Turkey versus leek.
We don't talk about White Rose.
Honestly, that's one of the ones I support the least. Like, not every pairing of friends needs to be shipped.
I was almost doxxed over White Rose.
It's like I don't
Sometimes.
I don't like Bumblebee either.
Neither do I.
Which is something that really annoys me because the show kind of rolled with it.
Turkey smash.
That's
Sun
Something
lost. Sun lost hard.
Black Sun is OP, and
Oh
I like Black Sun,
Sausage whip.
no! Whip.
and then I like Rose Garden.
yes,
Thank God someone else understands.
Soda
yes,
bomb.
yes.
Soda grenade.
Rose Garden, Black Sun, Freezer Burn,
Freezer, what's Freezer? Is that Weiss and Yang?
Weiss and Yang,
I don't like that.
and Emerald and Mercury.
Soda tsunami.
I like Emerald and Mercury.
Red and Nora,
Colorful.
obviously.
Yeah.
And then I forget what the name is for the Birdman and Ruby's mom.
Oh.
Oh, Crow and Summer.
I forget what their ship name is, but I don't
I
care.
love the theory from so long back that no one believes anymore, but it's like Crow was Ruby's
it's
dad.
in my heart forever. I don't
Food
care.
barrage.
It's been proven non-canon
Oh,
now, but
hey, it kind
I
of.
know, but like,
it was still nice back in 2004 days.
It kind of looks like Mark.
I forgot about you.
Good Witch, yeah.
Someone threw stuff at her.
We were talking about like on the nose names for Ruby, so we had Good Witch, Sun, and who was the third?
Oz.
Oh yeah, Ozpin, yeah. You don't even realize why the name Oz matters as much now.
I mean, everybody that is from
realized the
Wizard of
subtitles are
Oz
turned
is
off.
just what's his name?
I don't know when the subtitles were turned off. Come on. Please work with me. The subtitles have just stopped working.
Oh no.
No, why are there ads? Everyone pause.
Oh no.
I have ad blocker. Why are there ads? Dear God. Everyone stop. I have ad blocker on. What is going on?
I don't like these bugs.
I'm on Google Chrome. So
Wait.
why?
There's 4 ads and each one's 2 minutes long.
Wait, are you serious?
Ad 1
What
of 4
the
at 2
hell?
minutes.
I have ad blocker on.
Oh wait, no, it's just 4 ads with 2 minutes of them.
I have ad blocker
Best ad
on.
blocker. It's a lie.
It's a lie. That's not the best ad blocker. I have ad blocker on. Why is there? I feel annoyed.
Oh, this is more than just cake.
I think the ad blocker just it doesn't cover those kind of ads.
It worked fine before, though. For the most part. Why
Yeah.
are there ads?
Yeah, the only ads we had to worry about last week were embedded ads.
Embedded. And they stopped after a while. So what is this?
Failure.
No one cares about Tempur-Pedic.
I kind of do.
We're gonna lose like 20 minutes to ads just watching like 4 episodes.
Oh no.
Why? I have ad blocker on. This commentary isn't gonna be much of a commentary track, but keeps getting interrupted by
Ad
ads.
3 of 4.
It's only got about half a minute left.
Why? First the subtitles stop working, and then this. Damn you, Rooster Teeth.
Maybe I jinxed you guys. I don't know what's going on.
This is the same computer too, so I don't know what's going on. What am I looking at?
A creepy little
It's
hamster.
horrifying.
Hey, it's Fortnite dancing, great. We probably
That hair is fake.
this has thrown us off so hard.
What does a hamster have to do with Little Caesars?
All right, I guess we're back.
I
Just gotta unmute it first.
have
Unmute it.
I know I have ad block on, and I don't know why there are ads. Okay, for those who stopped, pretty much the same place we it's Ozpin walking away from Good Witch, starting in 3, 2, 1.
I mean, you can see if the closed captions are working again.
They probably won't, knowing my luck.
Yeah, all I've had to do was just click on the closed caption button.
Yeah, just click on it.
Damn it. I love Torchwick too.
It's unfortunate about his voice actor.
Oh, did something happen to him?
Didn't he die like
I don't know.
earlier this year?
I don't know. Red versus blue jokes. Jordan just pointing and laughing. I forgot about him in the background like that.
Everybody always forgets the background.
Just point and laugh into this slit throat thing. This is the only volume we get this voice of Mercury to. His voice changes after when volume 3 hits.
Huh.
I forget what this voice actor's name is. I like Torchwood's like the best villain in these earlier volumes. He's just like so charismatic. You hate him, but you love him at the same time.
Yep.
He's the smooth criminal, but not Michael Jackson.
You know who Emerald reminds me of?
I'll tell you who she is after this because this is the episode. But then we're also getting
Just robbed the
best
master
opening.
thief.
Here we
No,
go.
I'm not talking about like her
Point where a
origin
break is a
though.
point where a bend's and a point we just can't take anymore. Best opening. Time to say goodbye. With to burn anymore. Stays with lives that stay. I'm gonna stop. Oh yeah,
You're not gonna be able to stop.
No, I'm not. Especially not with this opening. But I think it's the first proper time we've heard her since like the end of Volume 1. Cinder is voiced by Jessica Negri.
Oh, the sexiest woman alive. Her Instagram
Yeah, but
fuels
just
me every day.
the character design for that character reminds me of an anime character.
Oh, for Emerald?
Yeah, the character design
face you
reminds
always
me
knew.
of, have you watched Naruto?
Yes, I have. That was my first anime was Naruto.
The Jinchuriki for the bug.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fu was our name?
Yeah,
I kind of see
Fu.
why you say that. I can kind of see like the similar designs. Okay, so I'm on Emeralds right now, and I'll go to Mercury's after this. Emerald alludes to Aladdin from Aladdin.
I can see that.
I love her so much.
Codenaming rule: Emerald is gemstone.
Sorry, I spoke with my mouth full.
You're fine. Here, hold on. Let me get the next episode cute, and then I'll read
Katie, I
this.
swear to God.
Okay, so
You can see where the ad is.
yeah, great.
Well, now we know.
All right, so for the color naming rule, Emerald is, of course, refers to the green gemstone. Sustra is her last name, is the Basque word for root, which brings brown colors to mind. It explains why she's, brown. It's not like a race thing. Okay, I guess it is a race thing, but it's not
She's Arabic and I love her.
She's Arabic, yeah. Aladdin was Arabic. Mm-hmm. So it takes inspiration from both. Okay, so I'm trying to see. The only other thing on her wiki page is that in Doctor Sleep, the little girl from Doctor Sleep has a bunch of Emerald stuff around her room. She's a RWBY fan, which I didn't notice when I watched the movie.
She's got a RWBY poster. She's got Emerald stuff everywhere.
I don't remember that.
She wears a wig that looks like it.
What movie?
Doctor Sleep, the Shining sequel.
That movie
Never
was
watched
so
it.
good. We're not going to talk about that, but that movie
I
was
don't.
so good.
I honestly don't remember that from the movie. I need to rewatch the movie then because I don't remember seeing RWBY stuff.
I remember we watched it for the first time, and my brother was like, "What? Emerald?
All right,
What's
here,
going on?"
I'm on Mercury's now. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Mercury is the hottest man alive. He is the hottest
Neptune,
character in
Sun,
this show.
Mercury. She's just thirsting over everybody.
I like men.
Okay, so I'm
That comment about him being the hottest man alive is debatable.
he's okay.
Okay, Sun Wukong doesn't have a shirt on, but it's a different story.
I can
There's a
understand.
shirt.
that.
I don't.
The
I
shirt's just
don't
open.
Think that he's that attractive either. He's kind of basic.
Basic.
So pretty and blonde. He has a funky tail. I love it.
He's a basic pretty boy.
Shots
Okay.
fired.
It's
So-
okay. You haven't met Ironwood yet. That's when I'm really going to start thirsting.
People say Ben Affleck would make a great live action Ironwood.
No. 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 No.
I can see it.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Especially older Ironwood. Later Ironwood. I can see Ben Affleck.
I don't like Ben Affleck.
Okay, now we're starting to have problems. But okay. So for Mercury's. Mercury alludes to Mercury from Roman mythology. For his code name, his name is Mercury Black. Black is a straight up color. Mercury is a heavy silver colored metal that is liquid at the room temperature, is also known as quicksilver. So in terms of like visual, he kind of based off of the Marvel character, but his colors are like a very steelish and iron-like, and like not too bright because of his naming format.
Well, he does prefer pictures over words.
So, and he has
So in other words, his name is derived from the Roman god Mercury.
Every name, generally RWBY names allude to a fairy tale mythological person, but also has a color meaning. So like his name is Mercury Black. The black part is obvious. That's why like he has the black leggings, like black highlights on his silver parts of his armor. The Mercury is also just like the gray color of the actual mineral Mercury. So
Mercury is typical bad boy.
Yeah, and actually, this one actually has a character design. Adding addition to it. So Grey G Haddock and Miles Luna. I forget who Grey voiced. I believe he is Torchwick, and and Miles is John. Describes Mercury as a hipster douchebag, but he's cool. And then Mercury's flight tag M8495 plays on his name. 80 is the atomic number for the element of Mercury, and the year 495 is the date of the foundation of the Temple of Mercury, the Roman god playing to his illusion. And I believe this to a later design of his. So that was the Volume 2 premiere. Katrina, let's get some of your thoughts out of the way. Nice silence.
Yeah, I'm kind of...
Don't you dare say underwhelmed. Don't you dare say underwhelmed.
She's sounding iffy.
Meh.
Come on. You had to at least let the food fight. The food fight is like the most...
Yes, I loved the food fight,
Everybody
but the
loves the
rest
food
of
fight.
it was just
I love how the food fight was, pretty fun, but then you have Yang get launched into space, and then after Good Witch comes back. Good Witch just fixed the cafeteria. Yang comes back down, breaks the ceiling, breaks another table, and cracks the floor.
So effectively, she had, 3 minutes of airtime?
Something like that. She was up for a while.
Oh, apparently she did not come.
I loved the food fight, the rest was kind of meh.
The food fight was real creative.
Although I was curious, did Good Witch fix the hole in the ceiling, or did Yang just come through another part of the roof?
I'm going to assume she fixed everything, then Yang broke the roof again, because it's funnier.
And the table underneath it.
So I know we don't have a ton to talk about, but what are your thoughts on Emerald and Mercury?
Emerald and Mercury.
Because aside from Torchwick, throughout the entire show, they're my favorite villains.
I kind of feel like they're kind of stereotypical bad boy, stereotypical bad girl.
That hurts a little bit. I mean, you're not entirely wrong right now, but it hurts a bit.
I'm shaking, but it's fine.
I'm shaking after rage, but you know what? It's fine.
We have our own opinions, and that's fine.
But
I mean, my favorite villain I have to say so far is Torchwick.
Yeah, and we haven't
He's
gotten
good.
and don't worry, we haven't gotten a ton of the other villains yet. And Mercury and Emerald and Torchwick, I love them as villains, but my favorite villain actually has yet to show up. They're up there for me, and they're my favorites besides my number one, but they're not my number one.
I'm curious who it is now.
So I'm guessing it's not the big bad.
No. Whose favorite villain is the big bad? Nobody. That's what I thought.
Not me.
That's what I thought.
Is it the little one?
If you mean like shorter, then yes. We're confusing Katrina so
Alright.
much. We're like leaving in the blind.
I get
Is
it.
it the fondest one?
No. All right, but no. So I know we haven't gotten a ton with Emerald Mercury. This is more their episode than even RWBY's episode. Like we started with Emerald Mercury, and then we had the little food fight in between. Then we ended with Emerald Mercury with Torchwick.
And Cinder.
And I love the little banter between Torchwick and the two of them too, because he like show up as like, oh, the kids, it's just like the divorce. Emerald's like, spare me the thought of you procreate. Like she's thoroughly disgusted by Torchwick.
Because Emerald has standards.
It is so good, and like he snags like the address off at the start, and then on her way out, Mercury snags Emerald snags Torchwick's lighter. You know, just like the little thing. Emerald and Mercury are so petty, and I love it.
I love them so
They're
much.
so fun to watch.
And they're so pretty.
I will not disagree with Emerald. Mercury, I could debate about.
Emerald is pretty. I'll give her that. But
It's probably just because I have a thing for tan girls. I'm gonna be honest. If they're not white, I immediately have interest.
Exactly.
That's not to say I don't like him, but Blake's pretty nice. But
if I was rating her just based off of looks, she would be an absolute 10. But the
You don't like the
personality,
villain
it's kind
characters.
of the personality of her. I like villain characters. I like a good villain character.
We haven't got enough time with him yet. Is my thing. Like
Exactly.
you're basing a first impression, which is entirely
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, you'll get there eventually.
We get a lot of time with every character, no matter what. That's one thing I like about RWBY is that no character is necessarily left out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm just feeling like in this first episode, they're just pretty much embodying every stereotypical bad guy.
And then they brought up the fact that Emerald is a thief, so that's one allusion to lie. Straight rat, like that entire thing. Alana was like a pickpocket. He was a thief.
Yeah.
Emerald. The name isn't immediately, but everything about her immediately leads you toward Aladdin if you know like the similarities to look for.
Yeah, and just her outfit design also has some similarities.
It's very Eastern. It's very Arabic.
Yes, it
Her
is.
outfit looks like Jasmine.
Yeah, and normally I don't like it. Like I think green hair normally looks bad on characters, even in normal anime. I think Emerald looks fine with it.
She looks so.
I feel
I mean, Fu pulls it off.
I guess, but you don't get much of Fu in Naruto.
What about Midoriya?
That was disappointing.
That's fair, but that's also not the same like bright green that Emerald's is. But you'd have to like.
We're talking more about like mint.
Yeah, the main green is the exact color for Emeralds. And like Midoriya and My Hero, that's like a dark green, and sometimes you have to really squint at it to make it look green because it's all like heavily shaded towards the black. But-
Yeah, I was really the comment about not getting a whole lot of Fu. I am very disappointed. They should have done more.
They didn't do a lot with those other Jinchuriki and Naruto. But anyways,
Yeah.
RWBY. We trailed off like this at the end of the last volume. We kept talking about other movies. RWBY.
Yeah.
We're on a timetable. We need to hurry this up. We need to at least get 4 episodes done.
Sing again.
Okay.
But so next up we have we already have pulled up volume 2 episode chapter 2. Welcome to Beacon. And we're gonna go and press play in 3. Where there's gonna be ad breaks, and this will like instantly call it out when there's gonna be an ad for people because apparently we can't fight the ads. We're gonna go and start the episode in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh no! Now it's buffering. Okay, forget it. It was only buffered for a little bit. I think we're good. Anymore. I think I like the visual style of like. I say this is my favorite opening just because the song as well, but I think it's also my favorite visual style of any RWBY opening. It starts with like the black and white fading away.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Everything fades to gray.
Our enemies are gathering. I'll stop.
No, you don't
no,
need to.
you aren't.
No, I'm not. I said it and I immediately go back to mumbling it. Say goodbye. I'm gonna enjoy this whole.
If you want to stop yourself from singing, just hum.
It's like I didn't sing enough, and we still had "This Will Be the Day," and we're done with that now. I will not let this go.
We always knew.
If you need to stop yourself, just let yourself hum.
It's time to say good. Then I hit my
When
mic away.
Dive starts playing,
Yeah, but that's what
I'm
duct
gonna
tape's
lose
for.
my mind.
This is volume 3 of 1, right?
No, that's
It's a background track. Oh yeah, I remember it now. I've heard it a couple times, but now I get sick of hearing even only
That
after
is a
few
very
listens.
long walkway.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
I would hate to have to walk that far just to get to the entrance and have to do more walking.
Yeah, it looked about 2 miles.
It's like Hogwarts.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's I guess fantasy is Hogwarts, but Rooster Teeth Hogwarts, I guess.
Oh, Shannon.
Yeah, Shannon is husband. There we go. Now subtitles work.
Yes, we got him. My man is here. Okay.
I know what's cool for now.
Volume 3 happened, and then I was never the same again.
Glinda.
Glinda Goodwitch, yeah, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, it's so obvious.
I love her deadpan. Like, oh, James, I'll be outside.
That's another ship that I forgot I had.
I think that one's okay until we get later. But
Iron Witch
yeah, that is actually a good one.
They have so much tension.
immediately adds alcohol to it.
Other conversation here too. I always love it, like the talks between the higher ups and RWBY. You start like to get a handle of the scale, and then you go right back down to the teams.
Oh crap! My name is spelled with a Q, Ruby.
I love Osmond's office too. It's just in the clock of the clock tower, and so you always have the gears right above.
It's funny because I'm in my fate phase right now,
Oh,
and now
you and I got to get along real
the
good.
gears,
Fate.
and I'm just like
The Unlimited Blade Works gears in the sky.
I've been trying to watch that. I just can't seem to get into it on my own.
It's not for everybody, but when you get into it, you get into it. When you go down the Fate hole, there is no escaping.
watch Zero first, and then watch Unlimited Blade Works.
No, Unlimited Blade Works
and
first.
don't watch Heaven's Feel.
I always say Unlimited Blade Works first because it eases you into it better.
I was still on Stay Night.
The original?
Yeah.
You're pushing through, my
I just
man.
finished Stay Night.
I actually started with the original Stay Night because I didn't know the order, so I started with the original Stay Night.
And we're immediately off topic.
I love how animated they go with some of the comedy scenes in Volume 2. Like, I feel like RWBY, that's why I love Volume 2 so much. It took what Volume 1 had and just embraced it so much.
You have to my trap card.
That is.
There's Juniper in the background. Oh, that's very Unlimited Blade Works. now you brought that up, Kerah. I can't unsee that.
It's everywhere.
You can't unsee Fate. It's everywhere.
They're acting like
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh
that's great.
characters.
Is that Marker?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Oh, he's
Turn
on.
the page
Oh,
on
Nora.
Nora's head.
It's an X-Ray and Fabcom, and they said it has the Achievement Hunter logo.
It popped her bubble.
There's so many achievement hunters.
I brought up the Achievement poster.
Everywhere.
I brought up the Achievement poster last commentary.
Oh my god.
I love Achievement Hunter. It's not the same as it was anymore, but I love old school Achievement Hunter. They don't do as much like
No idea what's going on.
they don't do much internal references anymore. But when we first started, they definitely did. Like the Puma line last episode was Red versus Blue. Talking about the Warthog. I think it looks like a puma. You know, a big cat. Hey Simmons, Jupiter thingy. How about that? I'm think I'm the only one here who's watched Red versus Blue. Slides away.
The love I have for Barbara Zuckelman.
She voices Boomstick's dad in Death Battle. Not dad, mom in Death Battle
And she
2.
immediately goes evil.
Just trap card.
Shut up! Don't touch me.
Weiss and Ruby, like I feel like Weiss and Ruby have great team chemistry.
I love them as best friends. They just
They don't
are
need
not
more.
compatible romantically.
No, they're not. Oh, and Neptune kind of got left in the sun too, huh?
A lot of people ship Ruby and Sun because of the fact that their voice actors are married.
I've seen some people
Oh,
ship
yeah.
Sun and Neptune.
That didn't click with me. I forgot. Yeah, Michael and Lindsay are married. Some people thought Yang and Sun. I don't get it.
A lot of people ship them. It's fine. I don't have a problem with it.
I love how Jean nearly drops the ball so hard.
He's growing, okay?
I love Blake's expression so much. Like my favorite one is still at that last Volume 1 episode where he's like, "Weren't you in a cult or something?"
My man speaks.
Thank you. I love. What Ren doesn't talk much these first 3 volumes. Whenever he does, it's gold.
Yeah.
I miss Monty.
Katrina, when John was trying to pick up Weiss before the Amber Forest test, he called her Snow Angel, and then Neptune does it here and it works. That's why he's getting so angry. No ads!
Oh no!
Everyone stop!
Minute 40 of ads.
Kill me.
We can't do that. It's not legal here.
We'll record it. We can get some views out of it. See if we can get more views than the news story.
Live WikiLeaks.
I thought you wanted Alex to do that.
No, I wanted to hit me on the podcast. I need someone else to kill me on the podcast. I need to figure out how to get rid of these ads next time. Dear God, that is soul haunting.
The soul hamster.
I swear, on any given week, the ads on Rooster Teeth will be the same 4 ads over and over and over. That's why I don't use it for anything.
Oh, trust me, that's why I had to purchase premium for Verve. Every time an ad showed up, it was the exact same
when we do
one.
Red vs. Blue, that's still on YouTube.
I had that
so we'll do
same
it on there.
issue whenever I would watch Crunchyroll.
Like, literally...
Same ads over and over, sometimes one after the other, in every group of ad.
Well, yeah. When I first started watching Verve, they had 3 ad groups, and every time they played an ad, it was always the exact same ad, repeated twice every single time an ad
Like
came
I remember
on.
when I was trying to watch RWBY Volume 7 as it was airing. I tried to, but I didn't finish it before. I didn't finish before Volume 8 came out. It was like all of the Modern Warfare 2019 ads. I'm like, dear God, just please stop.
Oh, no, my ads were for Oscar Mayer wieners. Literally, it would show the Oscar Mayer wiener, it would end, and then it would immediately replay again right after. And it was the exact same ad. It wasn't a different ad of the same thing. It was the exact same
thing
ad.
over and over. That's so funny.
All right,
And the
episode
fact-
continues. The Achievement poster in the background. I just love that poster so much. The Achievement. They're just all like a boy band. And they're just like 30 or 40 at the time of this.
Backstory.
Yeah, this flashes back to right after the dock robbery.
Balake.
Hey, Kane.
I love how Osmond's like just so wise and he just knows everything. He's like Dumbledore.
I have mixed opinions on Osmond, but we're not going to talk
Oh,
about
so do I. But in terms of this volume, he's great.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Oscar is superior.
Oh,
We will not utter that name
oh,
until Katrina gets there.
yeah.
Not yet.
I can't simp. I'm not allowed to simp right now.
Bit too young to simp, though, isn't he?
I just realized the captions are gone as well.
He's like 15.
Oh, it just immediately went back to off.
Yep, and now I can't turn it back on.
Why? Well, why?
Blame the ads. Because ads don't allow closed captions, so.
And now we can't turn it back on. I want my TV show to have my closed captions.
Do they not understand that some people are deaf and need them to read?
Maybe while we're discussing, I'll find somewhere else we can watch this. Rooster Teeth is being difficult. It's very anime, this volume. I feel like volume 2...
Where'd you get the chair?
I feel like the volume 2 is the most anime RWBY ever is.
Yeah.
It's playing the intro in the background, but in a minor key. I love it when they do that, like use intro tracks in the background.
When did Yang tell them that she blew up a nightclub?
I figured it just like came up because that trailer is canon.
Yeah, it must have come up sometime during the semester.
So yeah, this one time I kind of blew up this nightclub. I mean, Ruby knew. Ruby was there.
Too bad we don't have a backstory episode for that one. Unless it was mentioned in the RWBY Chibi.
I don't think we'll ever do Ruby Chibi. Let's not until we do a normal Ruby.
Well, we could probably do RWBY Chibi up to...
Actually, no, we can't because at least not
What
until
if
after
you said
at least not until after we finish Volume 3 because there are major Volume 3 spoilers right.
Oh yeah,
I actually,
right at the start of it.
I actually got
remember now.
spoiled for
That
that.
smirk just looks so weird.
Which one?
I actually
Their
She hit the
animation
camera.
for the smirk. It just looks
look.
weird.
It's not perfect yet.
A woman.
This is one thing that always threw me off. I was like, I don't think anyone actually knows Cinder's age because apparently she passes for someone young enough, but she's definitely like an older adult as well, like a young
I
adult.
think she's like 22 here or something.
I always assumed something like 25. Like she passes as like a third, fourth year student, but is still an adult. So she can't be older than 30. But I feel like she's older than like early 20s. That's why I always assume like I'm like see.
I'm more than
I burned
meets
the eye.
You
Think
think
fast.
you'll break me.
All right, here, I'm gonna turn it down for a bit while we do that.
You're staying too close to a
Yeah,
flame
this is
that's
Yang's track, I
burning.
believe.
I
I'm in
burn.
the sun in the middle of
Okay, so while they're singing, what'd you think of this episode, Katrina?
It was good.
July.
It was a lot slower than
Yeah,
just let the
you
ads
get more
run
time
while
with
we talk.
you get more with no, I'm gonna find somewhere else we can watch it. See if we can find Volume 2 elsewhere. But yeah, we got more time to actually sit down with Team RWBY this episode.
Okay.
I feel like it worked with that.
Yeah.
We started getting more time on Blake, which is kind of weird to go from the ending of Volume 1 being about Blake going right into. I did not click on that. Going right into being about Blake again. It's like you mentioned last time that in entirety of Volume 1 we didn't get too much about Yang. We got the yellow trailer, but that's about it. And,
Yeah.
So like watching it back to back is kind of going straight from like one story by one character to another one about that character. But
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it's nice we got a little bit of breathing room with Emerald and Mercury the last episode. We didn't like get too heavy into stuff with RWBY during the first one. But now you have properly met Neptune, Sun's friend.
Yeah.
Neptune Versailles. Actually, let me pull up his wiki as well so I can pull up stuff about him. But Neptune clearly is starting to hit on Weiss. That always killed me because like Jean flirting with Weiss in the first one.
Yeah.
Not a thing, Snow Angel. And then Neptune comes like, well, Snow
I'm
Angel.
gonna say that Neptune is like Mercury, and his name is based off of the Roman.
You be right. The Roman god of the sea. Let me pull this up as well. But
Just don't talk about his weakness yet.
I always laughed so hard the first time I saw that word. He uses the exact same pickup line that Jean did, and Weiss is like, "Oh, I'm interested," and John's like, "Are you serious?"
Oh, come on.
That's
John isn't
great.
a man yet,
I feel
okay?
I feel bad for Jean sometimes.
I do.
Like he gets the short end of the stick so much.
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, Neptune alludes to Neptune from Roman mythology. The codenaming rule: Neptune's name fits the codenaming rule due to the planet Neptune's blue color. Neptune is also the Roman god of the sea, and the ocean is often associated with the color blue. Let's see. I'm trying to read something that doesn't have spoilers. No.
All his background stuff all comes from the book, so.
I know. I'm just gonna read this. I'm just gonna read this because I think it's funny. Miscellaneous facts: Michael Jones, Sun, and then Kerah, Neptune. The voice actors of Sun and Neptune, respectively, have made official that the ship name for the characters is Sea Monkeys.
Yep. I have a whole entire spreadsheet of like every single ship name in the whole entire
And then
show.
Neptune and his actor Kerry Shawcross share the same birthday. Miles liked the idea of either Neptune or John's birthday being February 29th. So Neptune and then Kerry's voice actor share the same birthday.
Huh.
And Neptune, I feel like out of Sun's whole corner of RWBY characters, Neptune's probably my favorite. Like he's so lovable, but he's also just cool at the same time. You don't generally have the characters at a goofy level, but also just super cool. Neptune, I feel like fits the bill for me.
I still prefer Jean.
I figured you would. Like, John's still a good character. Like, I'm not gonna pretend he isn't. He's a great character.
He is. He was
So far, in male character wise, it's Jean, then Ren.
Ren's a good one too, and for now he's just a background character.
Oh, Lyren. Oh boy.
Someone has a Ren fetish.
That doesn't sound
I'm
like a lie
Laura.
either.
What do you expect?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna move off Rooster Teeth so we can get this going. But while you guys want to keep discussing the episode,
Yeah. I really liked the part where he said, "Is in the library for reading." And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like, thank you.
I forgot about that.
That was funny. That made me laugh.
Oh yeah, the Justice League thing.
I watched that this week. The RWBY Justice League movie was great, but we absolutely cannot watch that anytime soon.
Oh,
because
sure.
it is canon to RWBY. I'm not going to explain how, but there's a very particular place and time it falls under that I will not explain.
Yeah. Is it the same timeline as the comics?
I haven't read the normal RWBY comics. If you're talking about like the RWBY Justice League comic or the RWBY comics.
It's the Justice League comic.
No, it adapts it, but it is not the same.
Oh, okay.
So it's like in the comic, they treat the DC characters as if they're just always in that world. They are like RWBY versions of those characters. In the movie, they are transferred over.
Okay.
And even most of the designs change. Like they swapped out some characters. Like instead of Aquaman, they have Vixen, and like the only character who looks like exactly the same from the comic is Superman.
Okay.
Everyone else has changed and all that. But we'll save that for another day to talk about. So has everyone gotten their thoughts about the episode of RWBY?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I feel like that was just kind of like in a filler.
Volume looks a little
they're
low.
kind of working.
is-
They're kind of working towards it. So
Volume 3 is where it gets good.
my favorite still Volume 2, but Volume 3 is also very good. I love RWBY up to Volume 5. There's stuff after that I've kind of loved and hated off and on.
Yeah.
But and then Volume 9 I just loved.
Volume 7 is perfect. I don't care what anybody says.
I have problems, but I like it. I thought my
spoilers.
least favorite is Volume 8. But that's neither here nor there. We have the next episode pulled up, Volume 2, Chapter 3, A Minor Hiccup. We're in the first couple frames of the opening in the clouds. So we're going to press play in 3, 2, 1, go. That's why I had it turned down. It's much louder on YouTube than it is on Rooster Teeth.
Just can't take any.
You know what the best part is? We can also have good subtitles.
Oh yeah.
Just not for the opening.
Anymore.
Apparently not. It was there for a second.
Now that red line means it's on.
Yeah, it's on. It was there for a second.
Yeah, I just don't think the opening really gets, or music really gets, captioning.
It had one block. Oh well. But yeah, this is still a
Now it's
time to say
goodbye.
Yeah. For some reason, YouTube has issues with doing subtitles on openings.
I'm just gonna fix the quality as well. I had to do this like on YouTube now because it's being nope. 720s are capped for this one.
Yeah, but-
enjoy the 2014 quality of 720.
Yeah, but leaving it on auto usually can cause it to drop in quality as well.
That's why I pressed it to solid 720.
Dang, they're in classes till almost 4 p.m.
Port in the background. We talked before about what happened to Ryan and how his
Bruce
voice
Willis.
changed after. Yes, Bruce Willis is funny. I love Port. I love the teachers. We don't get a ton of them, but I love the teachers.
The fact that it's more telling stories and actually teaching.
Like no, yes.
One day.
I'm Jean, just banging my head on the counter.
New costumes.
Best outfits I've ever seen.
I love Blake's. I love Blake's and I like Ruby's.
Weiss's is supreme. It is her best outfit.
I think my favorite Weiss outfit is still her just standard Volume 1 outfit. The achievement poster in the back. Ray just going. I'm trying to back up now that the music is done as well. was this like typical, heist movie breakdown plan.
The fact that Yang says she has a friend.
I mean, it definitely got personal.
That's dumb.
I cannot imagine.
We're like really high up right now.
I cannot imagine shuffle. I'm terrified of heights, and I don't have good
Okay.
balance. I cannot imagine shuffling on that little edge. That was, they said Siri. Why did it activate?
Mm-hmm.
Also, Weiss down bad for Neptune.
And the fact that Ruby carried off Weiss like Weiss carried Ruby off.
I love how in these first 3 volumes, Ruby understands nothing. I know facts.
Oh, Penny.
I love Penny. I forgot Ruby has like little metal pieces on her shoulder pad in this outfit. They never use these outfits again.
They're so good.
I think I like Blake's the most, but Ruby's is also really good. I'm kind of looking at all the background characters now since they're not shadows anymore. We pointed it out so much.
Mm-hmm.
Penny's so innocent. She's innocent and adorable, and you must protect her. All the environment in this place too. I love the way Ruby mixes fantasy and sci-fi very well.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that very often with other franchises. Star Wars does it pretty well. But it typically leans more on the sci-fi. I feel like Ruby has a good balance.
This knee.
This knee. They also call Torchwick Torchwood. And it's like, I didn't know we were watching Torchwood. Torchwood would not fly under the lab standards. Doctor Who might not. Torchwood.
Hologram operators.
And it's a real operator, or would it be an AI one? I've always thought about that. Was that a real person or was it an AI?
Academy.
Miss Smee. Subtitles are great.
I didn't know she was part of Captain Hook's crew.
Smee.
No thanks.
Those characters you love to hate and those characters that you hate.
Yeah, he's one of them.
No spoilers.
Yeah, I know. Give me a smile. I love like this little scene too, like showing. I feel like you get to know a little bit more about Atlas in this volume. Like it focuses on introducing you to this, mainly this other kingdom. All the designs for the robots too.
Were those poses red and blue references?
I assume that's what that was.
Schnitz. I feel like it's not a standard word. YouTube subtitles have a hard time with it. I love removing the narrative weapons. It's like loving the presentation.
You better move, squirrel.
I love this volume. Like everything feels more alive too. There's actually more people walking around. There's cars driving by.
Oh,
I always forget cars exist in this world.
It's easy to forget. Yeah. She's Naruto running.
Hey, it's Truck-kun.
Isekai time for me.
The old man never gets a break.
He never catches a break. He gets robbed. He only runs over a girl.
Oh, shopkeep.
Poor old man. I do find it weird how these earlier citizen models are like a little more bland. Also, the guards are T-posing.
Yeah.
They were?
Yeah.
I
I did not notice that.
must have missed it.
It wasn't like a full T-pose like this. It was more like the animation kind of T-pose, the asset T-pose like this. It was further down. Penny's so like adorable and innocent. So you protect that girl. Fuck you. Fuck you and your predictions. Fuck you. Of course, I'm going to bullshit my way past and you predict it at the end of last volume.
yeah.
For context, Kerah, when Penny was introduced in the last volume, she goes, okay, she's based on Pinocchio and she's an android. I'm like, well, first of all, where the fuck did you get that from?
Yup.
And in my mind, I was like, fuck her. She's right, and I fucking hate her for it.
I asked her about that the other day, so I was like, so who do you think Penny is? And she said Pinocchio, and I'm just like, That's an interesting theory.
She nailed it on the head without any evidence.
I was like, how?
And so I had to BS my way past her. I was like, oh,
Queen of predictions.
And so I BS my past. I was like, she's like clearly from the same place Weiss as Atlas, and I talked about that, and I was like, maybe she's like another rich girl, and she's like, I told her my first idea was that she was just like another like member of a rich family that's being like, the opposite of Weiss, where like Weiss's social skills came from just having an awful attitude. Penny's because she's sheltered, which I did kind of spoil that she is very much sheltered.
Oh yeah.
I had to BS my way past it. I was like, I can't let her know. But yes, Penny is an android based off of Pinocchio. Thank you, Katrina. I cannot tell you how I just finished editing that other commentary. I cannot tell you how angry I got again listening to it. And I was like, I hate you. I hate you.
How? It's so funny.
Were there any episodes that had bonus content after the credits?
We did the end of last volume. It was the first time you saw Emerald and Mercury, but there were still arts and they didn't have assets.
Yeah.
It was also the first time you clearly saw Cinder as well. I cannot tell you how angry I was then, how angry I was when I edited this, and how angry I was when I realized what episode we were on. Like, I figured we'd get to it today, so in my mind, I'm like, we're going to get to it, and she's going to give me the look, and I'm going to get so angry. I'm going to get so seethingly seeing red angry.
Well, it's a good thing you're wearing red.
I actually am really starting to see red. That's how angry I'm getting right now. That's how annoyed I am. There's a red tint in the corner of my eye, and I guarantee it's that. I have no words. I've already cursed like 4 times in a row in the past 2 minutes. I need to cool down a bit.
Angry.
It's like Ruby. I'm not a real girl. I'm still looking at the monitor. I look at the corner of my eye, and I see her staring back. I'm like, F you.
I turned. I was like, I'm ready to discuss now.
Discuss.
She is here to bargain.
Discuss. Look at the next episode. I'm angry.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
You want me to talk?
I probably no, I don't. But you know what? I need you guys to talk while I look at the next episode. So please talk.
Oh, there's a playlist.
Yeah, I didn't have 3. That's why I didn't come back for it. Didn't have episode 3. Go straight to episode 4. But please discuss.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes. So what did you want to discuss with me?
How did you feel about
What do
volume
you
or
want to talk
episode
about?
3?
How do you feel about that revelation?
A minor
Now that you
hiccup.
called it.
I mean, I called it.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
There's also a reason it's called a minor hiccup, but I'll discuss after you guys get the initial thoughts out of the way. I think I've got my initial thoughts definitely out of the way.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask. Well, now I can't even remember what it was.
She kept hiccuping.
You know how Pinocchio's like tell for lying is his nose grows? Penny's tell for lying is she hiccups
She
after.
hiccups, yeah.
That's why it's called a minor hiccup.
Yeah, I like that pun.
It's a pun like yeah their plan was disturbed because Ruby left Wise to go to the CCT alone to follow Penny, but then also Penny hiccups when she lies. Glad I don't have that tell. Otherwise, when hiccuping like crazy the other day.
That would have been the perfect time to watch that episode.
She's just a sheltered rich child. I promise she's not Mr. Pinocchio or an android.
The fact that she said she didn't want to talk about it, and then
what
immediately
other
hiccuped.
predictions did I
She wanted to
make
talk about
in
it.
that episode? That she was made as a weapon or design?
You want to know the only
based
thing?
off of
You want to know the
weapon?
only thing I told you the truth about in that entire prediction discussion was that it was a backpack on her back. Her back did not open up. That was the only truth I told you.
Is that what you thought?
She thought it was her back. I had to rewind and show her it was a backpack.
No, that's where her weapons come from.
It was a backpack, which you notice she did not have now.
Yeah, that actually took me a while to figure out myself when I first watched it. I thought it was coming
whenever
from her
someone
back.
watches it the first time, I was like, "Is her back?" As I was like, "Do you not see the green bag on her back?"
Oh my god.
Yeah, it took me going back a few times to actually finally see it.
So, Ironwood. He was doing a presentation on
On new weapons, their standard foot soldiers were like AK-170s or something, and now the new Elysian Knights.
Yeah, apparently the old models were scaring too many people.
And then
something stood out to me. His speech on how there were some things that still required a human touch.
A human touch. So, yes, like machines, we can use machines to keep people out of harm's way, but sometimes people's ingenuity is what we need. That's why the Elysian Paladin is a mech that he presented.
That's why he presented that right after he said that.
And that's why something else is important that we can't talk about yet.
I'm still seeing red, but we'll move past. I'm starting to get a headache because of how angry I was. As I read that title of the episode, I was like, we're here. Hey, you ever wonder why we're here? No, I never wonder the question.
No.
I'm going to love when we get to Red versus Blue as well, but that's neither here nor there. We've had a couple references throughout now, but we'll get there when we get there. I was hoping to watch Red versus Blue before we started this so you guys get the Puma reference from the first episode, but...
Puma.
But yeah,
I find it very interesting that those weapons are very much non-humanoid, but then you have Penny, who is very.
The knights have a base of a human. Like they're very much human looking.
They are, but they have absolutely no
expression. But that's because they're meant to be just soldier machines.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're meant to keep humans out of harm's way, so it makes sense that they wouldn't look like them.
Yeah, but it presents an interesting comparison. Here you have Penny, who passes off as a regular human, but then you have the actual military who have nothing that can, other than the basic shape of them, that passes off as human.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It means Penny was intentionally made to be so.
I always thought that she was more experimental compared to the others.
Yeah, clearly not all the kinks are worked out. Like, all she did was stop the car, and her hands are already torn up, showing the metal body. And she's like under there, she'll look a little more human, but she's still machine.
Yeah. It's making me very interesting in finding out the purpose behind the creation of Penny.
Which, before we move on to the next episode, I want to ask again, how did you get the predictions from the one episode? There was nothing to indicate her being, 1, Pinocchio, 2, an android.
Was someone watching spoilers?
How much you want to bet Katrina's watch a show and she's f***ing with us?
Oh, God, if you
I've never watched any of this. I've never watched any of this.
How did you come up with the exact answer with no evidence?
There is evidence.
It's like you made other predictions that are wrong, and that some are wrong, some are right. I can get as many, some are obvious. How did you pull that one out of your ass?
There's evidence. You're just not seeing it.
What evidence was there?
Her entire outfit base and the way that she
green
speaks.
Dress?
The way that she speaks and her mannerisms, they all
she
point towards an android.
She could have been raised up alone.
I cannot.
I don't get it from the dress.
A later outfit. If you were to see the later outfit first, that makes complete sense that she's Pinocchio.
But
with this first outfit, no clue.
It's literally just clothing. It's literally not attached to her. Not a part of her.
I feel like we're going to spend the rest of the time arguing about this. We keep talking about this.
On to episode 4.
The Pinocchio thing is because I've been in Disney since I was a toddler. I've been watching Disney since I was a toddler.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just not going to understand it. Like that's probably the only thing that makes me this angry is that you hit it on the head long before there's evidence.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here for 2 weeks with that in the back of my head.
Queen of the predictions.
I got the prediction.
Okay, Nora.
Queen of the castle. I'm queen of the castle.
My head actually hurts now.
Aspirin.
I take pills for energy, and you drained all of it with this one episode.
Hurry, we need more pills.
I have medicine to give me energy and higher my metabolism, and you just shut off every effect of that with a single episode and a single look.
You're turning him into Pac-Man. He must take the pills.
All right. So we can move on. Next is Volume 2, Episode 4, the very first possible frame of White. We're going to be pressing play in 3, 2, 1, play. I need water. I'm not in the mood to sing anymore.
And that's
I'm not in the mood to sing my favorite RWBY opening. That's what you've done to me.
That's sad. Are you happy with yourself?
If life would stay
She's very happy with herself. That's why
Yes,
she's
I can see
laughing.
that.
ready. Gathering
I mean, you're still like
I'm not even looking.
you're still dancing along to it.
I'm not even like looking at anything particular. I'm kind of just looking through things at the 1,000-yard stare. I'm gonna have a lot of censoring to do for that little tangent of mine. I feel like this is the only time we have to censor anything in the commentary because we have to curse anything else. But now I've just been. Ow.
How are you not getting her outfit is based off?
No, I don't get the outfit. That's what angers me most is you somehow got it from an outfit. But there's your thing. There's her creation. She was made to be the first non-human thing to generate an aura, so she has a soul. I love this scene too. This scene makes me cry. Or wouldn't normally if I wasn't filled with rage, but normally this scene makes me cry. I always love like stories like that where it's like identity stories. It's like, what am I? And they have to figure that out for themselves. So that's why this part with Penny makes me cry.
I knew it.
Could we please move past it? I'm worried I could be losing sleep tonight because of my blood pressure. Just please continue.
Dun dun dun.
I knew it.
Please don't add foreshadowing onto this. That's where you immediately start letting Ironwood, like very much, likes to take precautions.
Yes.
Trashed her.
In the trash where you
I love just the impact of her being thrown in the dumpster. I can't hear that word without thinking Penny anymore. Salutations. Just because I associate it so much with Penny. Salutations.
Mm-hmm.
Those two lines I always remember about Penny: salutations and I'm combat ready. I know.
I'm fine.
Oh, I'm never fine when it comes to Penny. That's why I'm always so sad. She's so adorable and innocent. You must protect her. That's why I think she's my favorite.
Yes.
Maybe not favorite character, but favorite side character is Penny.
Oh, my woman.
No helmet hair.
Hey, Junior.
The club.
It's Junior's.
Just wait for it.
The two sisters and the bareheaded guy again. Wait, she's back.
Talking over each other.
Just like talking over each other. Junior, she's back.
And she walks in the exact same way.
She walks in the exact same way she did in the trailer. It's playing the same music too.
It's skipping.
Yeah, it's skipping. The DJ doesn't want to get decked again. Jack Patillo is Junior.
You're 17.
I love Neptune. Neptune says what we're all thinking.
Oh, the Malachite twins.
Let's be honest. Yang was built to attract teenagers. Let's be honest. I love Blink just silent stares. Yeah.
Where do your ears go?
Her ears are there. Just the lighting doesn't really help it too much. Because they are black ears on black hair.
If I'm correct, a certain ice cream child shall appear in this one.
Oh, yeah, she is here, huh? I think the episode also has my favorite fight of the season, too. If this is the episode I'm thinking of.
Oh, there she is.
There she is. I love how she wasn't facing the screen, yet we both knew who. Oh, there she is.
I know her hair anywhere. She is exactly my height.
I love Torchwick's charisma. I'm like he's the most likable villain, but he's still not my favorite next to, you know. The Elysian Paladin.
Already stolen.
By the end of the year, here's one right here.
Going from boos and jeers to cheers.
Oh, and he gave him reason to cheer. He's showing like, hey, he's here to help the white fang. I love Junior. He's great. I'm sad we don't get more of him. If you remember, Katrina, in Yang's trailer when she came here, Torchwick was leaving with Junior's men. And that's when the robbery happened later that night in episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the rest of the Faunus can. That's the entire thing from like the one episode in Volume 1 is that Faunus can see in the dark.
Yeah, but
Well,
who's going
yeah,
to stop?
that means that they can see in the dark, but he can't.
Yeah, but what about the rest of the White Fang?
Who needs it when they got that?
The Paladin, yeah.
And also, it looked much bigger than when it was on the stage.
I feel like it's designed because it's so like detailed, also contrasts with everything else that's being animated. Because there's so many like darker edges. Help! She stole the dumpster.
She was in there for a few hours, wasn't she?
It had to have been like, yeah, that long.
Found him. The fact that only Yang has the helmet.
Where are you guys?
They could keep ahead of it while running, but now that they're on cars, they're slower than it.
Well, they're also stopping to leap between cars. So they're not going at their own speed anymore.
Neptune
People are
is just
dead.
flailing.
He's got good leg strength.
People are dead. This is worse than the car chases and Transformers.
Oh, ice. Nice.
And he's got like a glaive thing. I forget what the actual term is called. It's a glaive that if you look before he attacks, it splits apart into a trident.
Oh, that's so cool.
So it's standard mode. Yeah, and Sun has like clones
Monkey
like Blake
time.
does.
I love him so much.
I think I'm a Sun's clone. Yeah, there goes Sun and Neptune. I think I like Sun's clones more because they actually do something. Blake's are just for distraction. So they kind of have the same semblance. Because I think Blake can only do one at a time.
Did that just show that the walls are holograms as well?
Yeah, like the barriers, yeah, they're hard like holograms.
So nothing really stopping a car from going off.
My ship.
Oh yeah, all their team names are named after ship names. Which I think is funny.
How much training did he have to already know how to pilot that?
Probably none. But he's also like a lifelong criminal. Checkmate. Cause
I always forget about Checkmate. Checkmate's cute.
it's a good name for black and white because black and white chess pieces.
He's
Time dilation.
Did you watch Unlimited Blade Works Abridged, Kerah?
Yes.
Time dilation. I want that. That's the best abridged series. I don't care what anyone says. SAO is real good too, but Unlimited Blade Works means something to me.
I still prefer Naruto. Because Kakashi is David Bowie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wait, literally?
Yeah, his voice is David Bowie's voice.
In the abridged?
Yes.
They get David Bowie to be an abridged series?
Or just someone who sounds like him.
It's probably somebody who sounds like him. It's just that...
Oh, if you're reading, this is Gang's semblance.
Yes. Happy ending.
So like Gang's semblance says she can take a hit and then deal it back just as much.
Just shattered the arm. And now it looks like an armored core unit.
Yang
really does.
smash!
And Gang, smash.
For mankind.
I think that's my favorite team-up move, like using Crescent Rose to the glyphs. That one's great too.
Keep growing. Flowing.
Yeah. Is that really what you're worried about, dude?
There she is.
Now it's time to die.
Neo. Love Neo.
Neapolitan.
Yes. That is her actual name is Neapolitan.
She is
I can't-
just ice cream.
I can't be mad about that one. It's very on the nose. I can't be mad about it.
There are some fun facts about her I can share. There's a time and a place for jokes.
That's not it?
No, it just wasn't very good.
Okay, sometimes I feel bad for Weiss.
Where's on Neptune? How many jobs that old man got?
Yeah, see, it's a trident on the left-hand side now.
That old man's got so many jobs.
Yeah, they got knocked off the bridge and then just went to have ramen.
I love that for them.
That's my funniest hard. I think that's the funniest hard cut in all of RWBY. There's not many hard cuts, but that's the
It's
funniest
good.
one.
Well, if you can't beat it, eat it.
Hey, what happened to Sun and Neptune? You think they're all right? Like, they didn't bother to check.
No.
Like, they're chasing Torture down. You get some dinner, Neptune? Yeah, sure. So yeah, that was what was this one called again? I'm already blacked out. It doesn't even have the name on it. It just says Volume 2, Episode 4. Volume 2, Episode 4. Thoughts, Katrina?
I liked that one. That one was a lot more plot.
It's my favorite episode of the volume, and it has the most iconic fight of the volume.
That one had a lot more of plot to it.
I loved it. It's my favorite episode of the volume, which means we can only go down from here. Which is not to bad talk the rest of the volume. This is my favorite volume for a reason, but this episode was a big part of that reason.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I'm already blacking the name of it, but because right now we're watching YouTube and these uploads don't have the names of it. So upload the full movie. No, that's the first 10 minutes. Okay. I was like, if we can find the full movie of Just League Review, you can do that one day. Because I watch it through Redbox.
If nobody noticed the symbol that was painted on the
paladin, it's the white fang symbol. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but Ironwood is gonna get a lot.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely know now. It took out an entire highway. That's like worse than any.
No, but he's gonna get a lot of heat from civilians about the fact that
because we'll have it by the end of the year. That night, one is rampaging through the streets of Vale.
Yeah.
Already stolen.
I love towards the way explaining it to you. We made a snag a few before they hit the shelves. Like he's so smooth and charismatic. I look towards it. But
I love him. He's
although
great.
now that when it was in the warehouse, it looked like it already had a few scratches and smudges on the metal, probably from how they stole it. But
there's a lot more than scratches and smudges now. It is little debris under the highway.
It's scrap metal. Well, one of the arms is still actually functional. It was just cut off.
Yeah,
Everything else was shattered.
And I've all those team up moves. What was your guys' favorite? Mine is the ice flower where Ruby shoots Crescent Rose through the glyph and then makes it start freezing up. That one's my favorite.
Monochrome is really good just for the time dilation alone. It's so OP.
Checkmate.
It's so Okay,
so ice flower, checkmate, Lucas. You had ice flower, which is that. You had checkmate, which is the Weiss and Blake. You had Bumblebee, which is the Blake and Yang one, which is the final punch, the swing in the final punch.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that one.
Freezer burn. Freezer burn is very practical.
Which is
Weiss
my
and
other
Yangs.
favorite.
That one's really good, and actually they used that again recently in Volume 9.
I love their.
I don't consider this sport to say.
I'm not going to get
again.
on a soapbox and talk about them, but they're my favorite.
All right, what about you, Katrina? What was your favorite?
I liked
team-up
Bumblebee.
move? Bumblebee, the final punch one. So I think we all have different answers. We each had like a different favorite one there. I just like the use of the ice flower with like the combination of Ruby's weapon with Weiss's semblance.
I just like the destruction that Bumblebee causes.
I think I just like how like the direct combination of Ruby's weapon and Weiss's semblance, where the others don't quite have that.
It's really cool.
What was it? Burning flower,
seeing
whatever.
all that metal shatter was so satisfying.
Burning flower, whatever. Freezer burn, that one. Like that, I think that's my second favorite because that's like another act when you use Weiss to freeze the floor and then Yang's fire to like because Yang typically uses fire to use it to create a mist.
It's so good.
Those two are my favorite. So Neo, Katrina, had me and Kerah in the
Let's
corner.
talk about Neapolitan. I have so many fun facts about her.
yeah. Not hard to figure out where her color naming rule is. But me and Kerah the entire time were like, there she is.
It's our girl.
So obviously Neapolitan.
Yes, her name. I don't remember if it's one word or if it's Neapolitan.
I'm
pretty sure it's one word.
I think it's all.
I think it's one word. That wasn't her birth name. I'll
Yeah,
look her wiki again. I forget what her birth name was. It was something
No,
along the
her
same
birthday
lines.
was a spoiler.
Yeah, I haven't.
It's not ever said in the show. It's said in that Roman holiday book.
It's in the book, yeah.
And I don't feel bad talking about it. But,
Oh, okay.
But so what do you like? I know you haven't seen too much of her, but you've seen her design now, and then now you get an idea of her semblance, which is kind of like a glass illusion thing.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Neo so far? We'll get more for this. We'll get more.
I
for
actually really like her design.
She's one of my favorite RWBY designs. Period.
She's so cool.
Yeah, I really like the
It's one word, by the way.
heterochromatic.
The two eyes. It's brown and pink,
Yeah.
which I feel like kind of
The heterochromia.
Yeah, I'm going down to her wiki now.
And I honestly like how they did the hair.
The hair is real nice. Where it's kind of the hairline is kind of one of those hairlines is straight down and towards the back of the head, and that's where it splits brown and pink.
Yeah, I like that.
So here I'm trying to find it.
Usually it's very difficult for me to like a dual hair colored character because it's usually just either meh or super tacky. But
Todoroki.
yeah, Todoroki, it's just kind of meh.
Okay,
with him.
so Neo alludes to Hecate, the Greek goddess of the three-way crossroads, witchcraft, and ghosts. So that's one way to allude to like three. So the three main colors of her like really pale like skin, and then the two colors of her hair and eyes. Color naming rule: Neapolitan is a flavor of ice cream that combines strawberry, pink, chocolate, brown, and vanilla white flavors. Neo's eye is capable of switching between these three colors, and her hair and outfit also follow this color scheme. Neo is also a Greek prefix meaning new. In English, Neo is also used as a prefix to denote something that is contemporary, recent, modern, or new. The word Neapolitan itself derives from the Greek Neapolis, meaning new city. Neo also means young and immature in Greek, usually in medical terms. Neo's full name has been written in two different ways. It was originally spelled Neapolitan by Monty, an image album that he uploaded to Facebook, so the one word. And the staff of some of the games they've done have made it two words, Neapolitan. So that's why there's debate about it. And BlazBlue, they did it two separate words. That's why there's always argument about which is which, because like the show itself and like Monty use it as one word, but then in just about anything else besides the show and books, it's two words.
Well, they want to try and give her a full name.
But in the official World of RWBY book, it's one word. So I guess the final word is it's one, but you can still use it both. Let's see. It also makes her one of two villains to have no last name given. I will not say the other. We three know the other.
Do I know the other?
What other villain is named by one word that doesn't have a last name? Don't say it out loud. However, in Neo's case, this is because Neapolitan is not her original name. Later confirmed Robin Holiday book. Her birth name was Trivia Vanille. So vanilla is in like vanilla. So it's very on name. Bringing cream out come to mind. Trivia means where the three roads meet, again alluding to the Hecate thing. Trivia is also the name of the Roman goddess of sorcery, witchcraft, and crossroads. That's the same thing. Hecate is just like Greek for trivia. Trivia also contains the prefix tri, which speaks of groups of three. So like most of her name, her birth name more so attributes to like her three-way color scheme in terms of it just being a three-way thing. Neapolitan is the actual colors of her three colors, because like her like skin tone and like most of her outfit is like white, and then you have the brown of her hair, one of her eyes, and kind of her leggings, and then the pink from her other eye in her hair.
I forgot. Have we already discussed Cinder yet?
We discussed a lot. I don't really want to pull hers yet because there's a lot on Cinder that you
don't know yet.
Yeah, like we'll wait till we get more on Cinder before I pull up more on her wiki. I might give like the name thing and all that, but in terms of like some of her like story things, I'm gonna hold off. I'm finish getting through Neo's. There's a lot for Neo's.
Yeah, because I kind of have a guess about who she is.
Yeah, so character design. This one has a character design section. Monty hinted at Neo's Neapolitan ice cream theme by tweeting pictures of Neapolitan ice cream long before the character's first appearance on the show, a few days after the Volume 2 trailer. It's possible this may have been in response to fans noticing Neo in the trailer and discussing her. The Grey Haddock has confirmed that Neo was created for a casting opportunity. She has not spoken once on screen. Neo is mute.
Yes.
So that's something you know. Neo does not have a voice actress. She is completely mute throughout the whole show. She'll have a few offhand laughs. I forget who does those.
It's Casey. Casey Lee Williams.
Yeah. The chick who sings all the RWBY tracks does like the last and stuff for Neo. I forget who they originally have cast as there. I'm blacking out on it now, and I'm reading through it. Yeah, she does make some nonverbal sounds in episodes. It's revealed that the casting opportunity is going to be Sarah Silverman.
That's what it was, yeah.
I forget who the hell she was. The actress has done. Though Neo's opted to have been made mute instead. Although Neo's currently the only character known to have complete heterochromia, the two different color eyes things, Blake was initially going to have it as an inspired concept in which she had a yellow eye and a blue eye.
Huh. Interesting.
Didn't know that.
Let's see.
I'm kind of glad they didn't go with the heterochromia
For Blake. Yeah, the yellow works. I feel like blue would have clashed too much with the rest of her design.
Yeah, I felt like it would have clashed too much.
Trying to think of something like I don't want to. There's some things here I just want to wait to talk about.
Maybe if it was instead something where her actual eye transitioned from gold to blue, it would have been better. But actual heterochromia, it would have clashed too much.
So, according to I'm just reading all the trivia I can while I'm here. Neo has a lot of trivia. According to the official companion, Overactive Imagination, Neo's semblance, this illusion thing, was created because Monty needed Roman and Neo to exit during this episode to be able to escape. But having them escape normally was too hard to animate, so it was decided to have them shatter instead, and that was the creation of Neo's semblance. As per E.C. Myers, the author for most of the RWBY books who wrote Roman Holiday, where Neo's backstory is revealed. Neo's birth name is going to be Kat, in reference to Kit Kat chocolate bars. After doing research on the name Catherine, the full name Kat is based on, which originates from Hecate as well. Myers decided to make Neo's birth name trivia Hecate's Roman god equivalent, as he felt it sounded better, was more thematic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's all of Neo's trivia. I'll go to Cinders, and then we'll move on to the next episode.
I do have a guess for like her origin.
If you need to go, we can keep recording, but you've seen up to volume 5, so this is more just kind of like recap stuff for you as well.
Yeah, mostly.
So do you need to go?
Thought we could get through one more episode, but if you got a lot more trivia to go through,
I'm just putting up Cinders quick to go over a few things, but if you need to go, we can kind of send you off if you need to go.
Yeah, probably.
It is 20 till 4.
Yeah, I probably should be heading off.
All right, everybody say bye to Lucas.
Bye.
Bye, Lucas.
Goodbye.
We might be able to finish half of season 2 today, but we'll figure it out. I guess you'll find out next time we do this next Friday.
Yeah. But the story that I'm thinking that Cinder's character is based off of, I could be wrong, but is it Cinderella?
Yes. It is Cinderella. Cinderella is to a similar reference from the fairy tale the same name by Gambit Disposal and Charles Perrault. Color naming rule. The first part of a name alludes to a partially mostly burned piece of coal or wood, cinder. So it brings red in her fire abilities to mind.
Yeah, because...
And her last name is Fall, which alludes to like orange and red colors.
And for reasons that...
I've read the original Grimm's fairy tale version of Cinderella.
It's dark. It's really dark.
Yeah, that's what made me think that she was Cinderella, because of stuff that I've read from the original Grimm's fairy tale.
Yeah. Miles Luna and Carrie Shawcross made a joke that they originally wanted to call her Cinderella using the Spanish word ella, so pronounced like Cinderella, meaning she. This joke references the fact that Cinder alludes to Cinderella. The black glass abilities of her are like from the first volume where she was fighting Good Witch. She had those like glass shards coming up. Made of obsidian, a volcanic glass, so meant to invoke red and orange again.
I like the volcanic glass.
Yeah, and this is just a random one. I think this is from like the newer RWBY Chibis. But in a RWBY Chibi skit Love Life, Cinder's implied express interest in both men and women, meaning she's bi.
Huh.
Oh,
I don't know if that's canon or if it's just a bit they did, but in one of the newer RWBY Chibis they had that.
we don't talk about RWBY Chibi.
Cinder and Yang appear in the trailer for Red vs. Blue Zero, shown at the Rooster Teeth Comic Con 2020 panel, as Comrade's characters live stream under the handles Cinder to You and Yang for Real, respectively. It's funny. Let's see. All right, that's all we can talk about. There's a lot of Cinder trivia we cannot talk about.
So, yeah, there's a lot.
All right, so we went too long on like the wiki trivia stuff. Anything else before we move on to the next episode? Like what? Anything else up at the episode?
No.
Like we talked about the fight and the team moves and all that. What was like seeing Junior again? I don't think you expected to see him again.
Junior, that was
The club owner.
The club owner, yeah.
I always remember from the yellow chair where it's like, aren't you a little old to have a name like Junior?
I like the fact that he is unashamed to smack talk his own.
Yep.
It's like, my old men could do their jobs. I also loved his interaction with Neptune.
Or also, when he said that Torchwick seemed to have an issue with his guys, which is something that
I can relate to.
That I can relate to, and then he pointedly looks at them.
I love when he talked to Neptune too. Neptune was like, "So where'd they go?" And he does like the slow turn. What do you mean? They never came back. That was great. I love Junior, but I'm sad to say we never see him beyond this point again.
Nope.
And it sucks. He's a great character, and he's voiced by a good dude, Jack Patillo. One of the Achievement Hunter people.
I hope he comes back later.
So far, he has not. I don't feel bad saying that. You don't see Junior so far. As of the end of Volume 9, you never see him again. But anything else before we move on to... I think we can do one more episode. Anything else?
Nope.
I mean, I had another fun fact about Nate.
Sorry, what was it?
So she originated because of cosplay. There was a girl at either Comic-Con or if the Rooster Teeth thing...
At RTX?
If RTX was a thing by then, I'm pretty sure it was.
I think RWBY's first trailer was shown at RTX.
Okay, well, yeah. So a girl showed up in this was her interpretation of a female Roman Torchwick look. And I guess one of the guys saw it and was like, that's cool, and that's where the outfit comes from. And then they based a whole entire character off of that.
Yeah, Nia's design is one of my favorite. I'm out of like any designer, especially her Volume 1 design here. Volume 1, Volume 2, and like 3 design. I love so much. It's kind of Mary Poppins with like the parasol and all that.
Yeah, a lot of people think she's based off of Mary Poppins because of that.
No, she's not directly based off of anybody. She her name comes from like places, but she's one of the few characters not directly based off of anybody.
My headcanon is that she's based off of the China glass dolls from Wizard of Oz.
I don't remember what those look like, but like her name has meaning to like the rest of what she looks like. But she's one of the few characters not to be based off of somebody.
I thought because her outfit has it's very geared towards more like French fashion. I thought it was based mostly off of Napoleon.
Yeah, no.
She is really short.
She is very short. that is one argument could take it, but no. She's based off cosplayer. I actually didn't know that. So, but no, she's not. She takes inspiration, but she's not based off of anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there was some inspiration from Napoleon.
I feel like it's a little fresh to have a character like purely based off of color alignment than like an actual fairy tale or mythological character.
Yeah.
It's a very like different thing to have.
It is.
It's like Torchwick isn't based off the dude, but his like visual look is taken from the dude from Clockwork Orange, Alex DeLarge.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he has that look, but that's not who he's based off of.
Exactly.
So I feel like it's like a very fresh design.
He's one of the guys from Pinocchio, right?
Torchwick?
Lampwick. Yeah.
I don't remember who Torchwick based off of. I can pull him. I don't think we ever looked at Torchwick's wiki page 4.
Torchwick, yeah, he's the
RWBY,
asshole kid that turns into a donkey.
Torchwick. Nope.
I can see that.
I'm
His hair matches.
I'm getting there. Roman alludes to Romeo Candlewick from the story of Pinocchio.
Candlewick, not Lampwick.
Roman's name and weapon could relate to the famous Roman candle firework, which ejects multiple pyrotechnic stars and is illegal in some countries. Also, Roman's weapon fires a blast that resembles a firework. So it's like a Roman candle. I didn't even think of that, but that's pretty funny. In Ruby Rose, the very first episode, is revealed that Roman's criminal identification number within the Vale Police Department is 274-761-453. This well-known Easter egg is a nod to his name, as the numbers refer to dates relevant to the Roman Empire. Formation of the Roman Empire in 27 BC, fall of the Western Empire in 476, and the fall of Byzantine Eastern Roman Empire in 1453. Roman miming slaying his throat at Emerald and Murky Black, the first episode we watched today. We pointed that out. was not scripted. It was a character moment added in by animator Shane Newville. Some Roman's scheme ideas throughout the book reference his schemes of RWBY Chibi, such as Death Ray idea, which references his plan during his first appearance in the show. so the book referenced RWBY Chibi bits. I think that's funny.
That's funny.
Roman's fighting style seems to be inspired by the martial art of Bartitsu, where practitioners are taught to use a cane as weapon in addition to various hand-to-hand techniques. So he doesn't have like a typical weapon. He doesn't have like a sword or anything like that. He uses the cane. Roman's emblem is a jack-o'-lantern, otherwise known as the Will-o'-the-Wisp or Will-o'-the-Torch, the origin of which is a spirit cursed to roam the world with only a torch or lantern. So Torchwick. I can't read that. Roman, like a name we can't say, and Mercury are notable for being some of the rare active fighters that succeed without ever developing a semblance. So like Roman doesn't have one, and Mercury, they don't have powers. They don't have semblances. So they're just purely fighters. Hold on. Nope, that's book spoilers. Originally, Billy Kametz was cast as the voice of Roman Torchwick in the English dub of Ice Queendom, which is like the anime spinoff. However, it was later recast to be voiced by Christopher Wickamp after Bliss forced to go on hiatus. So that's something for Ice Queendom. And that's all the Torchwick stuff we can talk about. There's a few things in there that spoil for the show and another that directly spoils the book.
Yeah, I can definitely see the resemblance to the Pinocchio character because...
I don't know what the Pinocchio character looks like. I always look at him and think the dude from Clockwork Orange.
The Pinocchio character is very, very egotistical.
I can see the fairy tale inspiration now. I just think like visually maybe they borrow because Clockwork Orange guy's just
the
like
personality of Torchwick. It fits the it aligns.
I love Torchwick's personality. I can't look him at nothing to do of Alex from Clockwork Orange because he has the bowler hat. He has the white suit, the cane, the eyelashes, the eyeliner.
You need to rewatch Pinocchio.
I never watched Pinocchio.
Oh, I know.
You need to watch Pinocchio.
We're not doing a movie commentary of that. I will never. I might watch it in my off time, but we're not doing a commentary for Pinocchio.
Okay, fair enough.
You need to watch Pinocchio.
I don't watch a ton of Disney anymore because most of it hasn't been good, and they're going to continue.
It's one of the old ones, though.
I know. I'm just saying, in general, Disney has lost my faith quite a bit outside of Star Wars.
I will give you that. They have very much
take
been
one look at the new Little Mermaid and tell me I'm wrong.
I have no arguments there. Remakes. I feel like
gingers are being oppressed.
I feel like the people who are in charge of creating the movies and presenting ideas are overdoing it with the remakes, and they're just using remakes as an excuse to not come up with anything new.
When they do come with something new, it just normally ends up being bad or boring.
Yeah,
like in
I feel like
Encanto, that was not good. Don't fool yourself. Encanto was not good. We're gonna have a fight time. I did not like Encanto. I'm definitely not interested in that. What was that Strange Worlds movie? In my opinion, there hasn't been like a decent. The ones I've seen, I haven't seen like Raya or Soul yet, so my opinion is still abstained on them.
Raya wasn't really there. Soul was fantastic.
I liked Raya.
Soul was so good.
Those are two I'm interested in that I just haven't seen yet. But aside from that, I don't think there's been a good
about Soul. I preferred Raya.
But aside from those two, I don't think Disney's done anything good since like Zootopia and Moana. I think everything else has just been or
when
bad.
When did Coco come out?
I wasn't a big fan of Coco either because it was
my heritage.
Because it was Disney's ripoff of Book of Life.
Okay, we're gonna have heated words after this.
Book of Life is better than Coco.
I disagree.
I disagree with that. Book of Life is better than Coco. Coco blatantly stole the plot from that movie. Blatantly.
No.
It's the same exact concept. It is the exact same concept. Book of Life did it first and it did it better. I watched Coco, and it's an all right movie, but I still prefer Book of Life if I want a better version of that plot, I would watch Book of Life. We went on such a tangent here.
We're gonna fight later.
I mean, there's still some. It's still sort of related to RWBY since a lot of the characters.
Pinocchio was related to RWBY. Well, as soon as it went down that like 2 or 3 minute.
Well, a lot of the characters are based off of Disney characters.
So now we've gotten like that out of the way, I think we're done with episodes for the day. So
all right.
On your first venture into Volume 2 of RWBY, what do you think of it on its own, and then what do you think compared to the entirety of Volume 1?
I very much think they have improved their animation quality. There is definite improvement.
There's no shadow people. There's no like wonky eye movements that I saw. Like we talked about that last time. Like,
No, there's no wonky eye movements, but there's still some room for improvement in the mouth animations.
I feel like one, we've also gotten better, newer characters. We got great new characters.
Yeah, there's some good characters.
We arguably have more iconic moments already, like the food fight. The food fight and then
I love the food fight.
The food fight and the paladin fight are two of the most iconic RWBY moments ever, and you got them in one sitting.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed pissing you off.
I'd rather not talk about that. I'm already gonna have to like go back and censor my tangent. That's some. I almost never curse in these commentaries. Normally, not honor normally goes to the podcast, but dear Lord, as soon as I realized what episode we were on, I looked at the start of the episode you didn't see, and then I hear and then it says, "RWBY, I'm not a real girl." I look at the corner of my eye. You're staring at me. And I'm like, you.
I knew it was coming, and I was like, "I'm ready. Let's go."
This anger has been building up for 2 weeks. I'm gonna feel good on Monday when we come in to watch Red versus Blue, and everything is just complete chaotic mess. That's funny. I'm gonna enjoy when we come in here to watch Red versus Blue on Monday.
Okay.
Okay. So far out of the 4 episodes, what's your favorite out of the 4 episodes?
Out of the 4 episodes, I feel
we had the first one. I forget the name of. We had Welcome to Beacon. We had A Minor Hiccup, and then we had Painting the Town, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite was A Minor Hiccup.
Third one with Penny. Yeah, I love Ruby's. Not RWBY. Penny's thing of like wanting to like be a real girl. Like she feels that she's not a real person, and like her situation very much like enforces that. Like I'm being overly sheltered. I want to get out in the world and experience what everyone's like. That's why I'm in the tournament. Mm-hmm. It's like she wants to be able to experience what life is, and she just hasn't gotten the chance to do that yet.
The moment you see Pinocchio, you will know.
I know
why.
I know what Pinocchio looks like. But I'm not. I don't think of Pinocchio in his little blue overalls and white undershirt and think Penny Polendina.
His entire thing is, I want to be a real boy.
And at no point did she say that until after it was revealed she was an android.
Exactly.
I still don't know where you pulled it from. I don't know how you hit it right on the nail.
You just had
with
some
no
sort of weird
evidence
intuition or something. I don't know how that happened.
In the other commentary. That baffles me. And the worst part, and I'm happy knowing the fact that you'll probably never get a prediction like that again. But
are you sure?
No, I'm sure. There's a reason I say like 4 onward gets very unpredictable.
Because you seem to have thought that I would not get Penny.
I thought you might. I thought it was within the realm of possibility. How you pulled it, the exact details out of nowhere is beyond me. Well, I figured you might get a general idea even before it was revealed. There's stuff later on I highly doubt you're going to get. Highly doubt.
I take that as a challenge.
Especially when we go Volume 4 onward, because that's when everything about RWBY becomes even less conventional.
You have just issued me a challenge, and you have made you're going to make this more miserable for you.
There's a certain team in Volume 3 that's just the memes and fun times and me having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get there when we get there.
I know what team you're talking about. Gavin Free is on that team, and he gets all 2 lines.
Oh, no, not that one.
Oh, not that
one? The
one?
one from Atlas.
Isn't that just Penny?
No, there are...
I'm trying to think of what Atlas team you're talking about. Oh, okay, never mind.
There is a certain lady on roller skates.
It clicked. I remembered Volume 7 and it clicked. Because they do
I should have said Volume 7 and yeah.
I always forget during the earlier part, and I remember the one dude's name because they cheat on her a bit where it's like Flint Cole.
Yes.
That had to be where it come from, right?
One of the best songs comes from their fight.
I don't even remember their song. I know it's Neon.
So
I know the track's name. I don't remember the song itself. I think my favorite other team track is Caffeine.
We could have a whole entire episode just about the music.
I can guess it's sung by the opening bass drop.
Uh-huh.
There's not a long song I can do that for. We went off another tangent.
I have a lot of thoughts, okay?
Oh, it just
my favorite
It just
show.
happens when we're more caught up, and then this is her first time around.
I just find it so funny every time we do these things where you ask about my opinion
Well,
and you say how much you are irritated about how I predict things, but then you turn around and you issue me a challenge.
Because one, I feel like there aren't like a super ton of reveals like that around the corner anytime soon. But also, like Penny is like one of the biggest ones, even by today's RWBY standards.
Like, there's another one that's like kind of big, but it's also kind of obvious.
It's like I can't think of any ones that aren't immediately obvious that are as big as that. That's why I'm so angry about.
Yeah, about this.
Not
one.
that you guessed it. That you guessed it when you did.
Yeah.
At that, like, if you guess it like at the start of Minor Hiccup, I might be like, okay, maybe she's like getting on to it. Well, because you guess at the end of Volume 1 with no prior evidence.
No context.
No context, no prior evidence.
She was like, well,
and I don't see what you guys aren't seeing.
Well, like, I kind of had a bit of a, my heart skipped a beat a little bit when you said, oh, it's coming out of her back, the blades were coming out of her back. Then I realized to say to myself, because, like, no, it's not. It's a backpack. Because then I felt like I could throw you off the trail off of that. Because I'm like, no, it's a backpack, so it's not coming out of her back. Therefore, she is a person. And then the strings on her blades shine. I was like, oh, please don't guess it. Please don't guess it. Please don't guess it.
Is that what gave it away? Was it the strings?
And no, she never brought it up. I don't think she noticed the strings.
Okay,
which infuriates me more. You missed the most obvious tell.
Oh, those strings.
You missed the most
I
obvious.
noticed the strings.
You never brought it up.
You just didn't say anything.
You never brought it up, not once.
It just wasn't the most obvious point.
It's the most obvious detail. That's the word. It literally puppet strings. That would have been the most obvious
That's the only
detail.
thing that really gives it away to me.
It is the only clear detail that could point you in that direction in Volume 1.
As
and
of
you,
that,
and you
as of that
somehow
moment.
hit it on the head with completely different information.
I'm not getting how you guys are missing all of the little small things that add up to all.
I'm glad we're not doing another episode. We're gonna be too much time doing the Penny argument again, which we're not. We're going to stop right now. Yeah. Ignoring Penny, which dear God, I wish I don't want to ignore Penny. She's one of my favorite. She's adorable. You must protect her. But
I just love how you said that I am Penny. Basically, you compared me to Penny.
Are.
But with these 4 episodes out of the way, the first third of Volume 2, this wasn't ever just a third because these are all longer episodes from here on out, and we kind of ran short on time anyway. What do you think of? What's your favorite part of the volume so far? We had some great ones. Mine is the highway fight, the highway fight, and the being real talk with Penny.
Highway fight, no question about it.
Yeah, the highway fight's great.
The song alone. I could talk forever.
I'd say my favorite part is the chase.
The chase on the highway before the fight?
No, the chase for RWBY chasing Penny.
That is another good scene.
That one's good too.
It's like it opens with the Atlas showcase, and then you get to chase the streets.
My favorite part is where RWBY just like faints because she overused her powers, I'm guessing.
Yeah, she overused it. Oh, she didn't faint, she was just like weak for a minute, yeah.
Yeah, and then Penny saves her. That's my favorite.
That old man cannot catch a break. The show opens with this store getting robbed, and then now he nearly runs over a little girl on the road. Just trying to ship his merchandise.
He just wants to run his shop. Leave shopkeep alone.
Living in Vale is not
easy. And I feel
easy.
like there's something else. Like, something else happened to him between those two scenes.
That's it so far. But he is in the worst possible situations. One, he could die. And then the second, he nearly kills the girl. Imagine if Penny wasn't there. Like, RWBY was going to get hit.
Yeah.
She's fast. She's fine.
I mean, that came off her using a semblance like tumbling after hauling Penny. So it's like she would have been hit, and that could have been it.
I mean, the entire thing that put her in danger was the fact that she sat up, so she could have just laid back down and.
Not if her head is like in the way of the tire. It's like those movies where people put people on train tracks. They don't put them like vertically along the track. They put them across where their head is on the bar.
Exactly, but most of her body was pretty vertical. It was only when she sat up.
No, she was like diagonally across the road, and she was going like, imagine this is the road. She was this. She was kind of angled.
Yeah.
She was gonna get hit by the car no matter what. She was in the middle of the road, angled. She was gonna get hit.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't obvious that she was the angle.
I mean, it wasn't an extreme angle, but she was still in the road.
Yeah.
And also, like, laying in the middle of the street to avoid getting hit by a car doesn't necessarily always work. First of all, it depends how low the grill is. And then you have the stuff under that can still hit you. It's like, most of the time, being able to lay under a car and not get hit, that's a myth. Most of the time. It can happen. But especially with, like, low-bearing cars. Like, if it's a semi, yeah, you can probably hide under it. But if it's like a normal sedan, you're getting hit by everything under there. Or you get hit by the grill.
Yeah. But I thought that truck seemed like it had a big enough gap.
It was a semi. It was a semi, but I'm pretty sure she still would have been hit regardless. I think the point is she would have been hit if Penny didn't step in. That's the point the scene was trying to convey.
Yeah. Truck-kun did not get...
I love how it even said, "Come isekai me today." Today I get to go to Konosuba. Once Konosuba gets reincarnated as slime, damn it. I'm glad we all had the same joke. You and I had the same joke.
Not today, Truck-kun.
Now you make me wonder, how many people do you think have thrown themselves in front of semis thinking that they would actually... How many stupid teenagers do you think did that?
A lot.
Like, it's something dark to bring up. How many stupid people do you really think did that, thinking getting hit by a truck would send them to another world? There has to be a number.
Somebody has to have been desperate enough for it.
There's had to have been somebody who has thrown themselves in front of a truck hoping to be in an isekai.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
Yeah.
In our world, with the kind of people there are today, there has to be somebody who's done that.
There's a word for that.
I was about to say something worse than stupid, but we can't say that on recording.
Natural selection.
Jeez. Katie.
Turns out isekai is actually a way to manipulate people's brains just to thin the herd. How are people going to get to jump in the middle of the road?
Let's start the Isekai challenge.
Isekai challenge. The last one in the middle of the road gets $1 million and a new life in another world. Do that, Mr. Beast.
We broke her.
So I know we talked about a lot in each individual episode. Any other thoughts before we close this commentary out?
No, we probably should stop before we make any worse jokes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been our RWBY commentary this time, starting off the first third of Volume 2. Joining me today has been Katrina. Kerah, thank you for joining us today as a first-timer.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Hoping to see you more on. And Lucas isn't here, so we're just going to say go away.
Yeah.
I mean, he went.
Yeah.
He went.
Yeah.
And he missed it. Like, we didn't. I don't think we watched that episode. Did we watch that episode
No,
without
we
him?
did not.
No. So
No.
he didn't miss anything. He just missed the kind of discussion after. Kind of wish he was still here for the isekai jokes. But, but this has been your host Gage, and this has been another RWBY commentary. Thank you for joining us, people.